from FSU. Homie, we on. Shorty, we on. Listen in the afternoon, 9 in the morning. To a new era of the radio. So go ahead and cool out to the sounds of your favorite show. Attitude check, Bronco pride. Turn on your computer and just vibe. And you know how we do, run by the students, so it's all about you. And send your requests, we will get them on for you, that's a bet. Keep you in the know, the information given throughout the show. Take time to listen, tell your friends. If they don't believe it, let them know again.
You can put the music back in my ear. Sorry.
We on. Listen in the afternoon, 9 in the morning. All the hits, be easy to listen to. From FSU. Homie, we on. Shorty, we on. Listen in the afternoon, 9 in the morning.
It's Wednesday afternoon.
I know you've been waiting a long time for this. Right. It's here now, so gonna testify. Amen. You're listening to a great ghost voice. It's here now, ready, your waves electrify. Hey Chris, turn me up, man. Let me rock out. It's 12 p.m. That means it's time for the RTVS and the interns. So look. I know you waited and contemplated and conversated on how the show was your favorite, and plus you obligated to only feel what's real coming out your devices. The show is too darn good, man, show me some license. The RayTHOMAS variety show is what you hearing, with silly interns, a lot of commission, with talents gifted to be Pacific. Just take a listen, I bet you feel it before you hear it, is what you missing. The RayTHOMAS variety show, it's on your net, it's on your phone, it's everywhere that you go. The RayTHOMAS variety show, it's on your net, it's on your phone, it's everywhere that you go. The RayTHOMAS variety show, it's on your net, it's on your phone, it's everywhere that you go. The RayTHOMAS variety show, it's on your net, it's on your phone, it's everywhere that you go.
It's BroncRadio.com, it's the RTVS Live. See, that's what happens when you have company like, I can't hear you in the headphones because I'm not talking yet, Brandon. It's like, I haven't even begun to speak.
I just wanted to make sure, man.
Brandon's like, am I supposed to be able to hear your voice? I'm like, no, Brandon.
I was rocking out to the music.
Not yet, Brandon. Hold on, let me start you off with some dings to get you relaxed, Brandon. There you go. All those dings right there for you, brother.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right, so it is what time is it? It's 27 after the hour. So, you know, in national radio shows, they'll say 27 after the hour. You know why they do that? And they don't say 27 after 12 o'clock?
Why?
So if you're in different time zones. Because the minutes are always going to be the same, but the hours, there's a difference in that. So 27 after the hour is for our people that are elsewhere, but, you know, the minutes are right. All right. So welcome to the program. I'm He That Is Him, the heavyweight RayTHOMAS. And yes, who are you?
The intern, Ebony Lawson.
Okay, yeah. I gave you the eye look. I said I looked at you, girl. I was like, that was your cue. All right, so obviously you guys know our hostess with the mostest, my co-host, my partner in crime. She is a 3-time Emmy Award-winning producer, director, writer. She's a documentarian, and we're going to be giving you an update on More Than Our Skin coming up later on in the program. Right, T?
Yes.
She's like, yes. Yes, indeed. She's like, I was just waiting for my turn to speak. Yes, indeed. Because I only get to talk in the beginning part of the show. This is my moment. This is my moment.
Gotta get it when you can, right?
Yeah, I'm getting it in now. I always get it. Ray talk a lot at the beginning, but throughout the rest of the show, he ain't it. Because I'm producing, y'all. I'm multitasking. All right, so it is Wednesday afternoon, Fried Chicken Wednesday on the campus of Fayetteville State University. That is where this program emanates from. Yes, HBCUs. Well and good. All right. So you guys see I'm rocking my pink. It is Raytober, the month of October. It's my birthday month, but also we definitely attempt to keep you updated and informed about breast cancer awareness. And we are definitely searching and seeking out a cure for this horrible disease. Not only does it affect women, it also affects men as well too. So guys, make sure you get yourselves checked out as well too. I know we talk about the ladies and the mammograms and things of that nature, but it's on both spectrums, male and female.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And,
indeed.
and not to make a joke about it, but, men who, and it doesn't necessarily mean men who are obese, but many who have any kind of fatty tissue in the breast area on their chest can be susceptible to breast cancer. So, yeah, it's important, particularly if it is something that's in your family, because as Ray said, it doesn't just affect the women. If there's a history of breast cancer in your family, it is so important to get checked. So this is our due diligence to let you know that it is time to check the breasts.
Check the tatas. And if you need assistance checking your never mind. Never mind.
Nope.
You're on air.
Nope.
I'm a breastologist. I'm just saying. I'm a breastologist, so I'm kind of an expert.
Yeah, I think Dr. Collins would otherwise. We'll leave that alone.
Oh man. Okay. So without further ado, we're going to get into our first segment with our esteemed guest. And Tonya, this is where you take over this portion of the program, because I'm going to be doing all the other
and I
stuff.
just have to say to our esteemed guest, right now your wife is on saying, hey, hey, boo.
Hey, Chris, go ahead and wave to him. Hey, Chris.
What's up, boo?
Oh, he did a, hey, baby. Yes, indeed. This is it. Brandon came in. Brandon was like, hold on, T. Brandon was like, man, Crystal didn't come with me. I'm used to coming with Crystal, man. And Brandon was just a bowl of nerves. I'm like, Brandon, come on, man. You family. You've been here before, man. You need to relax.
You didn't have to put me out on blast like that, Ray.
But that's what friends do, B. Boom, boom. Put you on that bus. Boom. Yes, indeed. I want you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he's been here before.
Yes, sir.
He's not new to. Now, the thing that's new for you is that your baby, you're finally
My baby,
getting
yeah.
to release
Yes, my
your
baby.
baby. Yes, indeed. So, Tonya, I now pass it over to you as I give you some nice background music so you can talk over. It's Tonya with the good light.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that background music. Brandon McLean is a proud supporter of the youth and is passionate about the next generation. He is the leader and visionary of the Teach Me to Tie, like in necktie, incorporated movement. His vision for this movement is to help instill in the next generation, specifically targeted to young men, essential life lessons. I love this idea. He is also a youth pastor at what he calls the greatest church with the greatest youth ever, Chosen Remnant Ministries, where the Honorable Pastor Lorna Taylor oversees and shepherds him. Brandon wants to help young people learn, speak, and normalize the conversation about mental health, and he is here to discuss his new book, I Can Breathe Again, a mental health book about bullying, social justice, anxiety, to community support. Brandon, welcome to the Power News.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on. I really, really do. Thank you.
And I have to say, it is all in the family. This family is like his wife, Crystal McLean, also has an award-winning book out there as well. We're going to make this about you. Yes,
Hold on, T. Hold on. Let me interrupt momentarily. Hey, Brandon, did you not get it that I am the producer, man? I got all that stuff for you, brother.
My bad.
You don't have to worry. You need to relax, man.
No. The reason being I brought it is because today is actually my wife's 1 year anniversary. Yeah, it's her birthday.
Okay.
For Harmony and the Empty Piggy Bank. So I wanted to give her a quick shout out, and you guys make sure you purchase her book as well.
Show the book again, Brandon.
Yeah,
This is where you shameless plug. There it is. Bam, bam. Yes, indeed. All right, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to pay him. He's working. He's supposed to be the guest, and now he's working. So now I gotta compensate
I come prepared, Ray. I come prepared,
Okay.
man.
Yes, indeed. All right. Okay. My bad.
So Brandon, I'm just going to jump into it because what made you so passionate about youth and what is happening with the youth, particularly today? You are involved in youth ministries at your church, and clearly you and your wife have a passion for what is happening with young people. So how did you get involved in this?
Well, as far as the youth situation, for myself, I wanted to be an advocate for someone who necessarily didn't understand what's going on, and I wanted to be a leader for them. Coming up, there was a lot of negative leadership as far as what we saw. 'Cause me growing up, you saw the gangbangers, you saw, people wanting to, of course, be like basketball players and things like that. So I wanted to be someone where I could be touched, and I want to lead so that they can come up behind me, and I want to leave this world with a carbon footprint where it's like, okay, well, you know what, Brandon, you did this, and it's not for you, it's for someone else. And I'm all about helping. And the youth, they're seeking knowledge. They're looking for someone to show them the way, and that is the main reason why myself I got in as far as mentoring and leading the youth. Now, as far as like the youth pastoring thing, I'm going to be honest with you, didn't want to do it. I never really wanted to do it, but my wonderful, amazing shepherd, God actually is the one that actually led me to do it through her. So shout out to my pastor, Pastor Lorna Taylor, for just seeing that in me. She basically told me, the moment I came in and with my wife, she said, okay, yeah, y'all gonna be the youth pastors. I'm like, hold on, what? No, this is my first time coming to the church. What do you mean? So just starting from there, that actually kick-started everything. But again, just from just everything, just seeing all of the things that I saw growing up, I wanted to be the change, and I wanted to help someone so the youth who actually goes through things won't have to go through as much as I went through.
I think it's such a commendable thing to do that. My husband spent a couple years as one of the associate youth pastors at our church, Abundant Life Church in Cambridge here in Massachusetts, and I just remember his joy, his just sense of absolute pride in these young minds and being able to teach them about God, teach them about how their responsibility in their walk with God was just such a fulfilling thing for him as a teacher. Do you get that same kind of just fulfillment in teaching young people about ministry?
Every Sunday, I walk in, I go to church, and I see all of the youth there, and just hearing them, go back through the lessons that we taught. They're retaining all of the knowledge, especially about God, because again, our youth can be out in the streets, they can be out in the clubs, they can be out just at home, playing the game or what have you, but they're in church learning about God and actually retaining it. So every day I come in and I speak to them and I hear them talking, it does my heart good. And like I said before, again, when I was told, you're going to be the youth pastor, again, I was sort of like Jonah. I just ran from it because I wasn't I didn't want it. That was not my heart's desire, because my father is a preacher, and I'm going to be honest, I was like, I never really want to be in his type of shadow or what have you. So when I heard that, I was like, this isn't for me. But ultimately, God, he put me in that whale, or he put me in that big fish, spit me out, and here I am. So I have abundance of joy every day that I talk to the youth and mentor the youth. So it's a great pride for me.
So let's get into your book, because I have to say, when I first saw the title, it really captured me, because it's almost like you think it's something else, but really what you're talking about is mental health when it comes to young kids. And so talk about how you came up with the title, I Can Breathe Again. Because, again, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, is this about what's happening in the Black Lives Matter movement? No, but for me, it's just as important, because we don't really talk about mental health when it comes to our African-American children. So tell me how you came up with the title and just the vision of this book.
Okay, so I Can Breathe Again is a story about the journey of a Black or African American teenager by the name of BJ, and he's been, throughout the book, he's been dealing with different feelings, different things that's been going on with him, and ultimately what it is anxiety, and the book goes through his journey of finding out, what anxiety is, and actually how to cope with it. And the way, or the title, I Can Breathe Again, comes into place, because it is, even though it's a fictional story, it is based off of my experience, just coming up as a young teen and dealing with anxiety since the teenage years. And I never understood exactly what anxiety was. When I heard anxiety growing up, I was just like, I was always told, that's just black people we don't deal with that. We don't even talk about that.
Right.
So that was just one of the things that I heard, and I said, okay. And then going through my anxiety attacks, and I'm glad that I can finally say this to the world. Yes, I am a black man. I've been dealing with anxiety since a teenager, and I'm proud to say that. But when I'm having anxiety attacks, my wife, actually, she's the one that she first told me about it. She said, hey, whenever you're having attacks, you don't breathe. She said that you hold your breath, and I've never ever noticed that. So I can breathe again, and it goes to, again, BJ, he kind of goes through that as well. But it's ultimately saying, okay, yes, I deal with anxiety. Yes, I go through these particular situations or attacks. But at the end of the day, I can breathe again, and I will breathe again. So that's where the title I Can Breathe Again comes from.
So let me ask you something real quick. So did you have like a little mini one before we got the show started?
No, I didn't have a mini one. I was a little nervous because, again,
okay.
I just wanted to make sure, because, again, when I'm passionate about something, I start stuttering and stumbling over my words, and I just want to make sure that I convey the message clearly. So that was where the nervousness was coming from.
But you're around family, right?
I know, man.
We family up in here, man.
I'm good. I'm here.
That's what I'm saying.
We good now.
I mean, we go back like a receding hairline, way back. So it's all good, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I liked when I was looking at your book online. I'm definitely gonna get it because I have my son is like 7 and he's in school and he goes through bullying.
Yes.
And I can say, I mean, for the social aspect of it, as far as being in this world and being a little black boy, it's been rough for me, even raising him, and it's a single parent home. So I appreciate that book because maybe it'll help him through what he's going through now.
And that actually, it has, in the book as well, has different things about bullying. And then also at the end, and I don't know if I'm going too far away.
No, you good. This all about you, bruh.
Well, I mean, actually, I know she may have some questions for me, but but no, it has information because there are certain situations where there is bullying. There is certain things where BJ is looking at himself and just like thinking, oh wow, am I crazy? Like, so it goes into great details. And then also, once there's a certain section in the back of the book where if it's purchased, your teen, your child, they can actually write. It's a little mental health journal where they can go in and write down their thoughts, their feelings. And again, it's 100% up to them if they want to, and it's 100% secure because that's their thoughts. But I also have it where if you as a parent, there's a QR code in the back as well, because again, I like to help others, and in order to help others, you have to show your story, you have to show yourself doing or going through it, and that's what I believe. So I have a QR code where if you as a parent want your child to be placed on our website, just reading the book or showing right down, you can actually send pictures that way, so that way they can be featured as well. So it's a lot of great things in the book.
I want to get into the talk about social pressure and social media in this age when it comes to our young kids. It is so prevalent, and I talked about this a little bit in our show last week, that the statistics for people who have been bullied in through social media, people have been pressured to do certain things through social media, the impact on TikTok and Snapchat with these young kids. There's so much out there that how do we as parents kind of counteract all of that negativity out there? It is just us, and we have them for a certain period of, certain amount of hours in the day. And then they're off to school where they are bombarded with all these images and all these ideas and all these thoughts. So talk to me about how, what you think about how we can, as parents, help our children understand and being able to compartmentalize all that negativity and understand to discern from right and wrong.
Yeah, that's actually an outstanding question. And the way that I say do so is to be present. Oftentimes we are so busy with work, we're so busy with life and different things that we neglect that, yes, we have children and we are in the social media age and they can pick up a phone and see certain things, but you just making sure that you're present and checking in. Hey, how are things going? Checking, I mean, hey, I pay the bills, let me check that phone, let me see what's going on. Hey, what's on your social media? And then also even taking it a step further, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean it where you're bombarding them and being overbearing, but you actually just sit down and talk to them. I'm gonna give you a situation. And my daughter, I love my daughter, and I'm gonna tell. I mean, she was being bullied in school just recently, and she was afraid to tell myself and tell my wife because she didn't want any type of backlash, or she thought that she was the actual cause of it, and she was feeling down, she was feeling sad, she was feeling hurt about it because she was like, she was a little afraid to actually tell us. But when we talked to her, we said, hey, look, I want to let you know we brought her up, we bigged her up. Hey, you're not this, you're beautiful. Giving her those positive affirmations. And then what we did was we actually followed up. We spoke to the teachers. Hey, Miss such and such, my daughter's saying this is happening in school. Have you seen anything? Have you heard anything? Teacher didn't know about it. So the teacher went in and she spoke to the students, and then we haven't heard any negative news, and we follow up every day. Hey, how was school today? Did anybody say anything? How did you come? If so, how did you combat it? Well, Daddy, I went in and I told them, hey, I'm a leader. I'm a leader. I'm not a follower. So again, those are the type of lessons that we're teaching our daughter, and I admonish everyone else to do the same thing. But again, just being present and being there for your child and not bashing them or anything of that, or trying to sweep it under the rug. Because again, growing up, a lot of us, as far as African Americans, we were just your parents were working, just trying to get the money, trying to get the grind, so that way you can survive. And they really didn't understand it, and it's just that cyclical effect. And that's one of the things that we have to try to do, is try to break those generational curses and try to break those habits that were formed. So.
Yeah, and I think that's so important, just spending that time with your child, because oftentimes depression and anxiety can present itself in many different ways, as we know. If your child is sleeping too much, if your child is not eating, if they seem a little bit distant, even with regular, normal family social situations, those are all signs that we can, turn to and say, okay, there's something that's not right. And we as parents, we have to know our children so well that when something is a little off, we can just jump in on it right there. Because as you said, these kids are having a lot of pressure not to speak out. I mean, that's the whole essence of bullying, right? Is that, we don't want you to say anything. We want you to kind of sit with this and not tell on us. But it's so important, and I think that the schools are really trying to do their best to help support young people who are being bullied. So talk about what kind of things children can do if they don't feel comfortable going to their parents, which is unfortunate. But what other kind of things or people can they go to? Even their pastors, their youth pastors. Talk about issues of bullying.
That's absolutely, you hit it dead on the head, because a lot of the youth that's in our church, they're more comfortable coming to myself and coming to my wife, and the reason being is because we're relatable. And I'm not saying, I'm not throwing any shade to any of our parents. Our parents are great, let me just throw that out there now, but they're more it's more easy for us to speak to them, and that was the same way when I was growing up. I was able to speak to someone else rather than my parents, because again, I always thought, and this wasn't the case, but I always thought that my parents would judge me. And that was one of the things that I want all of our parents to know. Hey, look, don't judge your child, because again, we're living and they're living in a different age. Back then, we didn't have social media. So if someone wanted to kind of bully you, okay, well, you got to meet me 3 o'clock after school. Boom, boom, boom.
It's at that time.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Usually 2:30, B. 2:30, man.
But nowadays, you can pick up your phone 1 o'clock in the morning and send some nasty stuff to someone. And then that's the first thing they do when they wake up. They see, hit their alarm clock, but they see this notification, boom, that can mess with someone's psyche. And if that's over and over again, that can really mess with their mental health. So by having your youth find someone who they feel more comfortable with, speaking to, and then making sure. And then here's one thing, and I tell my parents, and I always tell the child as well, especially at my church. I tell them, hey, look, I won't tell your parent anything that you don't want me to, unless it's something that's like you're talking about, like harming yourself or harming someone else. But anything that you tell me, that you want stick with me, it's going to stay with me. And I make sure that I stay true to my word on that, because again, that's how you build that bond. That's how you build that trust. So again, if a young child come to you, it's a reason they're coming to you, because you're relatable. You can actually kind of go through, or you've kind of been through, or you told them, and you were open and honest. And that's one thing about myself and my wife. We're open and honest, and we'll tell them, hey, yeah, we made this mistake back then, but this is how we came through it. And again, our youth come to us. And again, if we also ask them their permission, because we treat them like we don't treat them like, okay, well, just shut up, you little kid. No, we treat them like you're a human person. And that's one of the things that we as adults can actually do to better that relationship with our youth.
Sometimes
men, or young boys, I should say, don't have as much freedom, I think, to talk about their feelings as young girls do. And I've had girls, I've raised girls, and I've raised boys. And the boys are like, man, they're like bolts, like nothing is coming out. How do you get, particularly in this story, how do you get young boys to talk about what they're feeling, and particularly around issues of anxiety?
Yeah, that's a great question. And to be honest with you, it's by myself doing what I'm doing now. And again, I'm nobody. I'm not a person who like to brag and boast, because it's not about me. I'm just being honest with you. Of course, God is the one who actually placed this on my heart to do. And I didn't want to do it, but just me being open and honest, me being out there saying, hey, look, I'm a black man. I deal with anxiety. I've dealt with anxiety. I deal with panic. I deal with depression. I cried myself to sleep. I had to keep myself, hide the tears from my wife. I had to hide the tears from my family, because growing up, we were told, hey, man up, yo. My uncle, and I love you, uncle, but he's Marines, what have you. But just him just teaching us those ways. And again, it's no shade, it's no not, because that's just the way that we were raised.
Right. Right.
But just being able, just seeing someone like myself, seeing men come together and being open and say, hey, look, I struggle. And being that I can say that I struggle, you have the doorway to say, or to come through and say, hey, look, okay, you struggle, I struggle too. And then that's where the conversation can come to. And another thing too is, which is a big thing, and that I pride myself on, is that you can't force, or you shouldn't try to force a young man or a man in general to try to open up and talk, because the more you do that, the more they're going to shut down. Trust me, I've been there. I've done that myself. Like somebody, Brandon, I see you going through something. Why don't you talk about it? I don't feel like talking about it. I'm good. That's my, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good. And that made me force myself to just stay quiet and keep it moving, because back in my mind, that's all I heard was, man up, you good. Boys don't cry, that whole old cliche. But that's one of the things, just being prevalent and showing, okay, look, I can say I have anxiety, I can say I deal with depression, but yet I'm still a man. And that's one of the things that this book, displays, and I'm excited for as well. And just to be honest with you, once I was open to the world, I put it on Facebook, of course, I'm a black man and I deal with all of these things. I received numerous of messages from grown men saying, hey, thank you, because I deal with the same thing too.
Wow.
I would love to kind of chit chat, and these are men that I never would have thought, like strong men. You look at them and you be like, okay, yeah, that's a real man right there. He's good. He's Superman. But just to see those messages and saying that they can't wait because they really want to see how the book comes out, and they want to have sessions with me just to talk. And again, I'm not a licensed therapist or anything of that nature, so I just want to put that out there too. But just having someone that you can speak to, you can talk to, and have a listening ear. And then the thing is that it's not going to be ran back in the streets. That's the great thing too. So
what are some of the signs of anxiety? Like, what should parents be looking for?
That's a great question. Now, there's a lot of different signs. Now, I can only speak for myself. For myself, I can tell when I'm having an attack is when my hands start shaking. I have tremors, like I'm just trembling uncontrollably and out of nowhere. When I can't catch my breath, I'm up here hyperventilating, and then I'm shaking, and I really can't sit still. Those are the type of the things that I can tell that I'm having anxiety. And then for myself, once I have those attacks, I generally have a cycle. And again, this is stuff that I'm working through, and I'm actually, I actually speak to a therapist, and that's another thing too, for us men, anybody just in general, speaking to a therapist is a great thing. It doesn't mean that you're weak. It doesn't mean that you're lost, or it just means you're seeking help. So I speak to a therapist in regards to that, but I go through a cycle, and I'm working through that now, which kind of brings on depressions, because again, first it's like, what, dang man, I just had another attack, when I'm ever going to go through this. And another thing too is if you see them or see someone just like sitting there spaced out, because I sit there and my mind just goes 1,000 miles a minute. So I gotta get this done, I gotta get that done, and then I just can't handle it. And so those are like some of the physical signs that I see that I have when I'm having those type of attacks there. That's a great question. But
I
different.
wanted to just correct you for a second, because before you said I'm not a licensed therapist, but I believe that you are licensed to the kingdom of God, because the work that you're doing with these young people is extraordinary.
Amen.
So I want you to talk a little bit about therapy, because that's another avenue that I think that we in the African American community, we don't necessarily embrace, I should say. That's a nice way of saying we don't embrace it, but it's so important, particularly when we can't just for ourselves kind of connect those dots. And because there's so much really that is still unknown about mental health, what can you say to help support and get families to even consider therapy in their lives?
Yes, that is one of the taboos. Again, I've heard it all growing up. Of course, men don't need therapy. They call them shrinks, and I'm just like, okay, well, when the idea came, I actually, my queen, she was the one that actually told me about, of course, therapy. I heard about it, but she was like, I think you might need to see therapy, and I'm just like, and me just going to the automatic response. I don't need no therapy, girl. What you talking about? Like, what? I'm a man. Like, what? But
you said it like that. You said I'm a man, or you said it with some bass. I'm a man, girl. I'm a man. Say what you chest.
Hey, I'm a man now.
Okay.
But she, because again, I was dealing with it, and a great thing about that too is that she recognized the signs too, even though she didn't understand 100% how it was, but she recognized the sign, and she did her research, and so she found a therapist, and I hope I don't get any trouble or what have you, but Joshua Lennox, my man at Thrive Therapy.
Shameless plug, it's okay.
Plug,
Go ahead,
that's my guy.
You want to give out the phone number too?
I don't know it off the top of my head, but I can. But that's my guy. Joshua Lennox, that's my guy. But I've been seeing him for over almost 2 years now. Mm-hmm. And the great thing about that is that it's okay. I want everyone to know that it is perfectly fine to go seek help. And the crazy. This is the thing I say. If you have pain in your arm, or say, let's make it drastic. You have a pain in your chest. Could be a heart attack, right? You're not just gonna sit there and just be like, I'm good. You shouldn't. You go see a doctor. That's a physical pain. Right. Thing about the mental health is that it's not 100% physical, as far as like you can't physically see it or you can't physically like feel it, but you still should seek help. So that's one of the great things about going to see therapy, and just knowing that taboo, that stigma about going to a therapist, sitting down, having a conversation. Just like me and Ray was talking when we first came in, he was like, because I said, hey, how do you deal with somebody who comes in there just a little bit nervous? He was like, bro, you been here before. And I was like, yeah, I've been here before, but it's just like, I don't have my old lady, I don't have my queen, I don't have my wife. She's always been here when she's a little nervous. He was like, hey, bro, it's just a conversation. That's all it is. And that's the same way when you go into a therapy session. Just finding that right therapist that you can relate to, sit down, and just having that conversation.
Yeah, that's well
What's
said. I
next
think
for the power couple, Brandon and Crystal McLean? What is next?
Tonya just like talking over me all the time, Tonya.
Well, honestly speaking, that's a great question too. My wife, she actually has another book coming up. She has another book coming out. I know it's Sunny. She's gonna kill me because I don't know the actual name of it, but I know it's Sunny. Mm-hmm. But forgive me, babe. I love you, Sunny. And it's dealing with her financial literacy as well. And guess what? I'm actually writing "I Can Breathe Again" Part 2.
Okay,
already,
nice.
I'm already in the form of that too. But again, babe, don't kill me. You know, once we get home, you know, I know you gon'.
But you giving her all these shameless plugs though.
I mean, that's
like,
my wife.
On,
you know, go to author Crystal McLean on Facebook. Go ahead and hit that like button and purchase her books. But anyway, but yes, she has another book coming up, and it should be dropping within the end of the year. And once everything goes from there, I Can Breathe Again 2. And again, it's I Can Breathe Again 2 is going to be more in depth. About BJ's journey, and I got some other things that we have coming in there as well too.
So you call the character in the book BJ, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. It sound like Brandon. Sound like Brandon Jr.
Add that. He's coming too. Okay. He's coming too. That's.
I was just checking. Inquiring minds want to know. I was just saying. Okay, my bad.
Hey, very quickly, because I know we have another segment coming up. But where can people buy the book?
Okay. So that's a great question. So the book is going to be available on Amazon tomorrow. So I have a book launch, a virtual book launch. Yep, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Give me some hand claps. Give me some applause.
You want your ding?
Yeah, I want since you dinged me earlier, I want my ding.
Indeed. Okay, these are good dings.
So yes, if you haven't already, follow author Brandon McLean on Facebook right now. And then tomorrow, October the 28th at 7:30 p.m., we will be going live on Facebook Live to promote the I Can Breathe Again book, and that's when the books will be available for purchase. Now, we actually have some great things going on. I have some speakers coming up, but it's not going to be like speakers where someone's coming up all formal. It's going to be different. We're going to actually be, and I'm going to shoot my man out. We're going to be at a barbershop. And it's going to be Trey Styles Barbershop right there on Cumberland Road, 4443 Cumberland Road.
Another shameless plug. He's on the road today.
I'm on the road today. That's my man Perv. I appreciate you for allowing us to come out there. But again, I'm not going to go into too much details of what's going on. But you have to come in and watch the live. But we're going to have a good time promoting the book and just having some real conversation. So make sure you follow author Brandon McLean on Facebook, so you can watch the live there.
And I want to have you and your wife on the Power Play show next week, so I will reach out to you all because I just think that the work that you're doing, just inspiring people through your literature, inspiring people through the kingdom of God.
Yes.
I know I had your beautiful wife during my Empowering Women series back in the spring, but I want to have you both on next week, so I will get in touch with you guys to make that happen on the Power Play show next week.
All right. So see, you're gonna be good when you go home today. You're gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Yes, indeed. Hey man, always a pleasure to have you on the program, man. You know that this is home for you, right?
Yes, man. I appreciate it.
So whenever you guys have things going on, it's just a phone call, man. Or
honestly,
a text,
I appreciate
or a messenger, or Facebook. I'm just saying, we here, man. We appreciate you, man, and much success to your first offering, man.
Thank you.
Out there in the world, you joining your wife. See, I can do too, baby. You can do it. I can do it too. Yes, indeed. And you're doing it together.
Yes,
you're doing it together, man. So that's a beautiful thing to see. Young black love, y'all. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That's my queen right there.
Yes,
I love that girl right there.
Mm-hmm. I love you, girl. I love you.
She love you too, boo.
Oh, I know she do. She ain't going nowhere. But again, honestly, thank all of you for just this platform. I also thank my school. Fayetteville State.
Yeah, it's my alma mater.
It's my alma mater. I love Fayetteville State. So definitely appreciate y'all. And Fayetteville State, you guys are shouted out in the book. So y'all make sure y'all purchase the book so y'all can read how y'all are. All right.
Yeah, definitely. Good stuff, Brandon.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it. Author, best-selling author.
Yes, sir.
Brandon McLean in the building.
Speak that into existence.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
Let me go ahead and pop it up on screen there. The best-selling author right there, so I can breathe in. Make sure you go to his website, authorbrandonmclean.com, to go ahead and cop, as the kids would say, your copy. All right, so definitely. Hey, segment number 2 is right around the corner. We are going to play a song, but we're going to start another new live, so Brandon can have actually his own live, and then he can share it on his platform as well. And then we have a special listening party coming up in segment number 2. And not only do we have the intern Ebony Lawson in the building, but we also have the intern Kiara West, who's out of class. And she's going to be in the building too.
Great job.
All right, so it's a live listening party with Steve Dalton and Leviticus Singers of Charlotte, and also his lovely wife Lisa's in the building too. She's part of the group, but I always have to make sure that I shout her out because they're evenly yoked.
Yep. Smart man.
All right, yes indeed, thank you very much. That's what I do. All right, so here's new music from Von Demetrius. It's called R&B. Segment number 2 right around the corner.
Thank y'all. Appreciate that.
At the sunrise, enjoying each other's time, feeding our appetite, yeah, gazing each other's eyes, high as a Georgia pie, cause we high off each other's vibes, and it's cool cause it feels so right, yeah, you get me, rhythm and blues, piano and bass, it's got a groove, guitar he plays, it makes me move, cause you get me, cause you get me, you get me, rhythm and blues, piano and bass, it's got a groove, guitar he plays, it makes me move, cause you get me, cause you get me. You gave me a melody, a rhythm that moves me, a sound that is so sweet. Oh, I can't start daydreaming. You're making me feel like we live with the spotlight. It's just me and you on this planet, and it's cool cause it feels so right, yeah. You get me.